Hey, sup guys, okay, today I have a a deck discussion with the Bujins. I like Bujins. Bujins is one of my favourite decks. A lot of people don't like it because it basically just stalls your opponent, but I like it because one, it's kind of the deck that got me back into Yu-Gi-Oh after a hiatus, and it's based on GX characters, so or the main Bujin ones are based on GX characters and whatnot, like the same art style. First things first, they're all Beast Warrior. All of the main Bujin cards are Beast Warriors, and they will have the continuous effect where you can only control one of them. So even if Skill Drain is up or Light Imprisoning Mirror, you can only control that one. Yamato's effect is once per turn during your end phase, you can add one Bujin monster from your deck to your hand, then send one card from your hand to the graveyard. It's essentially the searcher of the deck, allows you to add Crane to hand and then dump Turtle or Hare or Sinew to the grave. Next we have Mikazuchi, who is based on Chaz, I believe. I know that Jaden's based on... No, Yamato's based on Jaden. Mikazuki's based on Chaz. So Mikazuki's effect is when a Beast Warrior Bujin monster you control is destroyed by battle or card effect and sent to the graveyard, you can special summon this card from your hand once per turn during the end phase. If a Bujin monster was sent from your hand to the graveyard this turn while you control this face-up card, add a Bujin spell or trap card to your hand. Now, in a lot of cases, you will be going for a card called Bujin Carnation, which I'm just going to quickly show you here. We're going to get onto that very shortly. But another option is Bujin Regalia the Sword, which is basically return a banish to the grave or grave to the hand. Next we have Bujin Arasuda, who is based on Bastion, who I think was the guy who used the Water Dragon deck with Hydrogeddon and Oxygeddon. I think that's him. And his effect is if a Bujin monster in your graveyard or face one side of the field is banished, except during the damage step, you can special summon this card from your hand in face-up defense position. Once per turn, during the end phase, if a Bujin card was added from your deck to your hand this turn, except by drawing it while you control this face-up card, you can draw one card, then discard one card. So it's essentially a Dark World Dealings. And the thing about Mikazuki and Arasuda is that their effects also trigger when Yamato's effect resolves, because Mikazuki's when one is sent from the hand to the grave, and Arasuda is when one is added from the deck to the hand, I believe. Yeah, if a Bujin card was added from your deck to your hand, so if you have Mikazuki and Arasuda as well as Yamato, Yamato's effect will happen first because the other two can't. Then after it's happened, Mikazuki's effect can activate, and Arasuda's effect can activate as well. So that is really handy. A lot they probably could go for XYZs if they do have the multiple Bujins, but I suppose it'd be better just to get the draw power. Then we have Bujin Harum, which is based off of Alexis. And it's a Beast Warrior, of course, and of course you can only control one of them, and its effect is, cannot be normal summoned or set, must first be special summoned from the hand by banishing one Bujin monster from your graveyard, except Bujin Harum. If this card, which was summoned this way, is destroyed by your opponent's card, by battle or by card effect, and sent from your side of the field to your graveyard, and both players have a hand, you can discard one card, then your opponent discards one card. So it's essentially you have potential to set up your grave while your opponent goes -1, unless they play Dark Worlds, in which case that's just very unlucky. And then out of the standard Bujins, we have the Bujingis. So first off is Bujingi Crane, and its effect is during damage calculation in either player's turn. If a Beast Warrior type Bujin monster you control battles an opponent's monster, you can send this card from your hand to the graveyard. The attack of your monster becomes double its original attack during that damage calculation only. So I feel like this is a lot better than... Well, people are confusing it with Honest in the way that it gains attack equal to your opponent's attack. No, it doesn't. In Haroom's case, it would boost its attack to 4,000, whether and it's unaffected by attack boosts like Tenki or Forbidden Lands, which we'll come on to later. And then we have Bujingi Sinew, who is a technical honest of the deck. His effect is during either player's another thing about Sinew is that you can only use him once per turn, while Crane can be used multiple times. His effect is during either player's damage step. If a Beast Warrior type Bujin monster you control battles an opponent's monster, you can banish this card from your graveyard. That monster you control gains attack equal to the current attack of the opponent's monster. It is battling until the end of the damage step. Then it has the drawback of, if it does, all damage your opponent takes from this battle is halved. So they're basically just going to take half the attack of the Beast Bujin that you have. Then we have Bujingi Turtle, whose effect is during either player's turn. When a card or effect is activated that targets a Bujin monster, you can banish the card from your graveyard and negate that effect. So essentially, this works with all the Bujins and Bujingis, which is so good. If you don't end up drawing into the Yamato or Tenkis or whatever you use to search them out, it can just help with a bit of stalling. We then have Bujingi Hare, who essentially you can banish him to protect a Beast Warrior Bujin for once per turn. We then have Bujingi Quillin, who you can banish to target target and destroy one face-up card your opponent controls, and you can only use both Quillin and Hare's effects once per turn. So this deck is mainly based around setting up your grave with protective effects, and then your hand with damage effects. We then have Bujin Carnation, which is a normal spell card, and its effect is if your opponent controls a monster and you control monster. I'm sorry guys, I'm actually recording this really late because for some reason it stopped the uploading. I don't know why, and then the audio got messed up, which is fun, and I've had to redo it all. This is why it's going to be up a bit late. But anyway, Bujin Carnation works very well with Haroom, because essentially it's special summon a Bujin card that's special summon a Bujin monster that's banished and a Bujin monster in your grave, and then it can't be used for XYZ's for an XYZ summon except for that of a Beast Warrior or Winged Beast. Which, of course, the boss monsters fall under that category, and the first boss monster is Bujintai Susano, who requires 2 level 2 Bujins. All the XYZs are Beast Warriors, and they still have the effect where you can only control one of them. And the main effect, which I think is very good with this card, is this card can attack all monsters your opponent controls once each. Holy smokes, this thing is the Draco Sack killer. Purely because the only thing that's annoying about Draco Sack is when it gets its tokens up, it's basically invincible, unless you're Bujintai Susano, where you just run over everything. It then has the side effect of you can detach one XYZ material from this card, and then basically add one Bujin card from your deck to the hand, or send one from your deck to the grave. We then have Bujintai Kagetsuchi, who is the tank of the deck. He requires 2 Beast Warrior type monsters, 2 level 4 Beast Warrior type monsters, and when he is XYZ summoned, send the top 5 cards of your deck to the graveyard, or your entire deck if less than 5. Also, this card gains 100 attack for each Bujin card sent to the graveyard. That includes spells and traps, and its main effect is if a Bujin Beast Warrior type monster you control will be destroyed by a battle or card effect, you can detach one XYZ material from this card instead of destroying one of those monsters, protecting Yamato for days. And this works really well with a little Haroom and Arasuda combo, where when you special summon Haroom and you banish a card, you can chain link one Arasuda, or Arasuda's effect, and then special summon him, and then go for the XYZ. We then have Bujintai Tsukiyomi, who requires 2 lights, and its effect is once per turn you can detach one XYZ material from this card, send your entire hand to the graveyard, minimum of 1, and if you do, draw 2 cards. When this card you control while face up leaves the field because of an opponent's card effect, you can target level 4 Beast Warrior type Bujin monsters in your graveyard up to the number of XYZ materials this card had on the field. special summon those targets. Bujin Tsukiyomi, I think it had so much potential, and then it's not really played all that much. People play it purely because if they end up getting dead draws, then it's a bit useless. We then have Amaterasu, who is rank 4 generic, which is very good, because its effect can work with anything really. And its effect is, during your turn, you can detach one XYZ material to target one banished level 4 or lower monster and special summon it. Then during your opponent's turn, you can detach one to target one of your banished level 4 or lower monsters and add that target to your hand. This works well if you banish Crane for Hiroom, or... yeah, that's the main situation I think that effect is used for, where you banish Crane to summon Hiroom. You can then use Amaterasu's effect to add Crane back to your hand, making it live. So then we have what works well with it. Of course, all of the monsters in this deck are light, Honest is an obvious choice, and also because it essentially brings the deck to 5 Honests, purely because, well, I say 5, it's a maximum of 7 because of the 3 Crane, 3 Sinew and 1 Honest, but a lot of people only play the 1 Sinew or 2. I myself play 1. We then have Kaiser Colosseum. I still feel like Bujin is a very control-based deck. So if you can summon a Beast Warrior Bujin and it can just sit there for the entire match, not move, you can just stall your opponent with Kaiser. Forbidden Lance to further protect your Bujin Beast Warriors from spell and traps. And also the effect where the target loses 800 attack is disrupted by Crane, because after Crane activates, any negative attack bonuses become null void. So essentially, if you Forbidden Lanced Yamato, then attacked and activated Crane's effect, after damage calculation, Yamato's attack would revert back to 800. We then have 5 Formation Tenki, which is a must in this deck, especially with it now being at 3. Well, it's been at 3 for a while. Well, yeah, it's just purely to search out your Beast Warriors. I don't think anyone really cares about that 100 attack bonus. But yeah, it's purely to search out Yamato, get Yamato as fast as you can first turn. We then have Vanity's Emptiness, which is another stall card, where its effect is neither player can special summon and then destroy this card when a card is sent from your deck or the field to your graveyard, which I feel works very well with this deck, purely because your Bujin Beast Warriors are just going to be sitting there, surviving every hit they take. And then another personal tech that I'm thinking of using in the future, which is the "and the band played on." Its effect is neither player can special summon monsters with the same level as they control, neither player can special summon monsters with the same rank as they control. So this shuts down Madolches in a sense. I hope you guys found this useful, and if any of you would like to play Bujins in the future, I hope this helps. So comment, rate, subscribe. See you guys next time. If you would like another archetype, then please comment it down below. Bye. See you on another video.